Transition Tuesdays for this Tuesday, August 24th, 2021. I am your host, Russ Williams. I'm so glad you could be here today. I know you could have been anywhere in this world today. But you decided to be here with me, and I appreciate that. And more importantly, I appreciate you. So welcome to Transition Tuesdays, my good friends. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we got a special guest lined up today. A special guest, man. This guy here is major. I'm glad to get this guy on. We got a special guest, but before I begin with my special guest, I always like to state my intentions for my show. And the intentions are, I like to give you the opportunity to laugh, smile, think, and engage in honest conversations about your life's transitions. So that's what we do here today on Transition Tuesdays. And speaking of honest conversation, I'm about to read the bio. Now, bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. This is an extensive bio, so bear with me on my guest here. This is very extensive, but it has to be read. It has to be read for my good friend here. Now, my special guest was born and raised in Elmhurst, Queens, and is one of 5 successful siblings. So he has a lot of people. He had a lot of people running around in the household there in Queens. He graduated from Xavier High School in New York, in Manhattan, in 1992. He is the winner, ladies and gentlemen. This is major, what I'm about to tell you here. He was the winner of the Sean Marion Award winner as the top scholastic boys basketball athlete when he played at Xavier High School. He is a first-team All-City player from the New York Daily News and the New York Post, 2 publications. First-team All-City, this guy. He graduated from Brown University. I see he has his shirt. He's repping Brown University today. He graduated from Brown University in 1986 as a 4-year starter and captain of Brown's University. Brown University is the only team Ivy League championship in the men's basketball history. Only one thus far. This guy still holds records, several records at Brown University, man. Okay. First, field goals for a career, 86%. He has field goal percentage for a season, 90%. This guy shot from the free throws. Okay, he led the team. Well, he has game steals record, still number 10 steals in a game, and he has the assist record at Brown University at 577 assists. My guest also played professionally for many years overseas. He worked for 23 years at AIG, where he worked in the United States and Hong Kong. We're going to share, hopefully he'll share some stories about that, his travels there in those cities. He now works for Allied World Insurance, where he underwrites and manages commercial property insurance in the United States and focuses on recruiting, training, motivating, and coaching individuals to meet their business objectives and outmaneuver the competition. I love it. He's still competitive. Even though he's not on the basketball court, this guy is still competitive out there. He is married to his lovely wife, Deborah. They have 2 children. Haley, who was a 2018 NYU grad. She graduated with honors there, so the brains still stay in the family there. And also his daughter, Samantha, she's a senior at Northwestern. And I like to state this about my guest. He's one of the coaches I had in middle school, and this guy has an impeccable sneaker game. We're going to talk about that, man. So this guy groomed me to be the player that I was. So, ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army, please help me welcome Mr. Mike Waitkus to Transition Tuesdays. Mike, how are you, sir?
Life stories, some real life stories, some basketball stories, of course.
Absolutely, no doubt about it.
Two things I'm gonna. 2 rules for me on this one. One, I'm not gonna curse. I promise.
No, you can curse. It's okay.
No, I'm not doing it. I'm trying to grow up.
No, you can do that. Nah, no problem. There's no FCC rules. You're good to go if you like to curse. You can throw in that bomb.
Second thing is there's more stuff that like you and I have in common than anybody realizes. That's what's gonna come out of this.
Oh, nice. Hey, we got Felicia joining in on the check-in. What's up, Felicia? Welcome to Transition Tuesdays. Glad to have you on. Nah, that's just good. So, Mike, man, I'm gonna play a song. I'll play a song for my guests, and I'm gonna play this song. Hopefully, you can hear it. and hopefully everybody can hear it out there. So, Mike, when I hear this song, I think of you, man. So I'm gonna play this song for me, and tell me if you know this little track here I'm about to play. Let me just see if I can find it here. All right, 1 second. Hold on. Okay. Can you hear that, Mike?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. It's coming. Hold on, it's coming. The chorus is coming. Hold on, hang tight. Can you hear it a little bit better? It's coming. No, you can't hear it. Okay, hold up. Can you hear that? Okay, all right. Don't worry about it, because sometimes what happens there, Mike, is sometimes from the laptop to the phone, it's hard to hear. But what I played for you, Mike, was the song "Saturdays in the Park" by Chicago. Are you familiar? You like that song? You like Chicago?
Yeah, man. I live in Chicago.
I know. I just thought I'd make you feel at home, man. I thought you'd make you feel at home. Hey, we got my man JB, one of the Jasper's finest, Jason Ben joining. What's going on, brother? Welcome to Transition Tuesdays, my friend. Cool. All right. Hey. All right, Chicago, man. Hey, Mike, you know, I always wanted to ask you, man, when you played, high school and college, well, especially high school, was there like a certain song that you like to listen to before you took the court? Did you listen to music?
The song that was most popular when I was in like a senior, yeah. We took a trip down to D.C. and we even set up. We had a couple of dance steps going to this, man.
Really?
Was it Cool in the Gang? Get Down on It?
Yes, that's Cool in the Gang.
Yeah, man. We had a little routine going, and we got we would put on a little show for the gang if they wanted to see it.
Did you really? Wow. Yeah, Cool in the Gang, man. All right. What about? Did you have a go-to song or music that you listened to while you played at Brown?
When I was at Brown, I started to listen to stuff like U2.
Okay.
That kind of,
right.
And that was some of the stuff that we were getting into those days.
Okay.
But like even when I was younger, I mean, you're talking about like motivational songs, right? Remember "I" at the time?
Oh, by Survivor. Yes.
Yeah. Nobody listens to that, right?
All right, cool, man. That's cool. Hey, Mike, man, I'm glad to steal a couple of minutes from you today, man. I really appreciate you, man. This guest is near and dear to my heart, guys. I'm gonna talk about that. We're gonna have a lot of great discussion on that, because Mike was that guy, man, growing up for me.
Russ. So here's one of the things so as I was thinking about reconnecting with you on the show, I was like, this is great. But you know what? I'm 5 years older than you, and I was the assistant coach. You were in like the 6th grade, right?
Yep.
You guys had a great. I think we came to 2nd place in the city in CYO, which was a big deal at the time.
Yep.
You guys were up. You and Sony and Van, that crew.
Yep.
I loved working with you guys. But in basketball, generational terms, 5 years is an eternity.
It
is. You
is.
know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When you're going through the system at grammar school, high school, even college, because you miss them. I missed you in college, right?
I know.
But you were 1 year off.
Yes. Right. Oh, I know, right? It's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. Hey, so Mike, man, talk to me about, you and your family dealing with these pandemics that we got going on in the world. You got COVID and you got social injustice, but, talk to me a little about how are you, how are your family doing? Everybody good?
Everybody's healthy.
Good.
Everybody's vaccinated.
Okay.
The girls are back. My older one was in New York. She had a nice little studio on 17th Street, like 2 blocks from my high school.
Nice.
She was doing great. She was living there, working on, having a great time for the last 3 years. And then when the pandemic hit, New York became a weird place.
It did. Yep.
And it wasn't safe. So she came back home. She found another job. She's working from home.
Okay.
Okay. At the end, and she's fine.
Good.
But she wants to get back out on her own.
Yeah.
But until things calm down, like this latest wave is troubling.
Yeah.
And then the younger one's going to be a senior at Northwestern.
Wow.
And she did her whole junior year studying from home online.
Yeah.
And I got the bill. I got to pay $70,000 in tuition
Isn't that crazy? They didn't cut you a break there, Mike, because of online.
You know what they did? They cut us a break, 10% off.
Oh, nice.
Big fucking deal.
Yeah, but everybody's good now. That's good stuff, man. That's good, man. I'm glad everybody's okay.
It is, but it's it's like New York. They're putting restrictions on indoor spaces and restaurants and shows and sporting events now. They're making people wear the masks.
Yeah.
Stuff, right? So it's going backwards. You know, there was light in the tunnel about 5, 6 weeks ago, and then the light's out.
Yep. Yep. It seems like that light now is a train. Man.
Good, man.
Yep. Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see wherever. I don't think we'll ever get back to normalcy. You know, maybe something like it, but I don't think we'll ever get back to normal. But that's okay. But we can always reminisce. So that's cool, man. Hey, Mike, man. Couple of questions I got. Well, a number of questions if I got you, man. I'm glad I got you today, man. Hey, Mike, when you talk to me about growing up in Queens, in Elmhurst, Queens. Like, how was it you growing up with your 5 siblings? How was it for Mike Waitkus growing up, man? The superstar Mike Waitkus. I might add. Magic Mike, as we called him.
It was crowded. That's what I didn't have my own bedroom until I graduated from college.
Right.
It was crowded, and we were barely paycheck to paycheck, but we made it work. Everybody pulled together, right?
Right.
Everybody pulled together. Basketball was a refuge, right?
Mm-hmm.
A safe space. It served me well. It kept me out of trouble. Kept me out of the drinking, the drugs, whatever else. All my friends were doing that shit. I said, I'm too busy, man. I got to go to class. I got to practice. I got to do this and that. So it was good growing up. I loved it. It was very ethnically diverse, right? In that sector where I was. We used to. There was so many people. It was great as a basketball player. It's like I could just get on the bicycle and ride around to 5 different parks. There was a game somewhere.
Yep.
Right?
Definitely.
I got a game somewhere. Always, right? So,
that's true.
So I loved it. I loved that part of it. Grad school was great. CYO was, St. Bart's, CYO type, and loved that experience. Good school.
Yeah.
I can't complain. I really, I look back fondly on it, although I went back to the neighborhood, where I grew up, right in the streets where I grew up in Elmhurst, in Queens Center Mall, that area. I was pretty close to Queens Center Mall. It's changed a lot.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's definitely changed. It's definitely changed. Hey, we got my boy, the voice of the Jaspers. I got my former backcourt mate. We got Chris Smooth Williams, Smooth B, Chris Uncle Smoothie joining us today. What's going on, Smooth? Welcome to Transition Tuesdays, my friend. Hey, Mike, man. Who first introduced you to basketball? Was it that one person?
It was at grammar school, and it was I just tried out for I remember I thought it was, I wasn't that good, but I tried out for the 6th grade team because they didn't have a 5th grade team. Right? And then they had so many kids that they and at the time, you're 11 years old, right? At the time, so I tried out for the 6th grade team. I made the 6th grade team.
Wow.
And everybody else had to play on the 5th grade team.
Right.
So I was playing up. The first team I played on, I was playing up.
Man, out the gate. Nice. But that helped you, right? Did that help you?
Yeah, oh my God, it helped me. It gave me some credibility. I felt some confidence. And the coach just really saw something. Joe Neufeld was his name. And he owns that funeral parlor right down the block from St. Bart's. Neufeld and Son. That's his business now. His dad, it's his now, Joe. Good man. Really good man. Still keep in touch with him once in a while. He's good too.
Wow.
He looked after me, so he was the first one. And then I got involved with that Wolfpack thing. Remember that like we were like the pre-AAU, before AAU.
Yeah.
We had a team of kids from all over Queens
Uh-huh.
That were the local all-stars, and we would get together, we practice, we play games in summer leagues, and then we travel. We went down, again, took a couple trips over the years. We went to Boston, went down to DC.
Uh-huh.
Silver Springs, Maryland, one year. So we were AAU before AAU existed.
That's right. Yep. Uh-huh. What was the name of that? The Wolfpack, right? Wolfpack.
Yeah.
Yep.
Crew.
I remember.
Guys. Yeah, and I love that. That gave me me some extra exposure, to players. You live in New York, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't talk about like to me when I grew up. I don't know if you was like in East Denver, but people would tell me like, oh, I'm going to Atlanta, and I would say, where's that? Upstate? In my little world,
Right.
You're either in my hood or you're upstate somewhere.
Yep. That's true. That's so true, man. So, Yep. That's true. Yep. Hey, Mike, man, I have some fond memories, of you and with you as well, man. But I wanted to know what do you remember about coaching a young Russ Williams during the CYO days at Blessed Sacraments? Talk to me about those days, man.
I remember that you were one of the most confident, sixth graders I'd ever seen in my life.
Really? Come on, me.
When we needed a bucket, and we knew where that ball was going to go. We knew. And I remember your game. The one thing I remember is that even when you were younger, man, you still had knee problems when you were in sixth grade. I remember.
Yeah, I had osteoarthritis disease, that growth disease. Yeah, I had that big time.
I had that too. And I remember, because I was wearing that knee brace too. I remember, and I saw you. Shit. Hopefully he gets better with that, but it sounds like it kind of dragged on for you, over the years. But you managed to keep running, which is great.
Yeah, but you get some size with it though. That's the cool thing. You guarantee some height with that disease.
Yeah, right on. But I just remember you being. I mean, we had the big kid Sony, right?
Yes, Fausto Cepeda. Yes. Oh my God.
Tough, but man, when push came to shove, we knew who the guy the man was. That's what I remember.
Well, either I was gonna get a bucket or a turnover. You're gonna get one of the two. You know what I mean, Mike? That's what it was, man.
Hey, I'll tell you a funny story about that. And I had a lot of assists. I did put up a few points, but I also have a few turnovers in my game. I won't deny that. And so one year when my first year we were playing down in Marshall. Thundering Herd, right?
Yes.
Christmas event. Anyway, first game, we played LaSalle, right? And I've only played like 6 college games so far.
Right.
LaSalle.
Right.
And they got a guy named Stevie Black.
Stevie Black. I remember that guy. Yes.
Black was a killer, dude. Anyway, and so they ran some kind of 2-2-1 fucking 3/4 court press that I couldn't figure out. I had 9.
Yeah, 9. You almost had did you have a triple-double that game or something?
No, I didn't. So for the rest of my career,
right?
The assistant coach at Brown, Billy Rayner, whenever I turned the ball over in practice, he'd stand up and scream, 9! For my whole career, 3 more years.
Oh my God, man! Hey, speaking of Brown, we're gonna cover Brown in a second. But Mike, couple of things, man. So the one thing I remember when you coached me and throughout your career, and I posted, your picture of you, guarding. But I noticed you had those those are Jordan 3s, I think, right? Was those Jordan 3s you had? Now.
Those are 3s under the black version, which was only available in certain cities.
Wow. Now check this out, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Mike put me on. Now, Mike was known for his kicks. And I remember when Mike was coaching me, and I had to get a pair because Mike got a pair. Mike used to rock these Adidas Top 10s, the red, white, and blue ones. That was key. Mike had those. I said, you know what? I see Mike rocking those. I had to get a pair. So I know, Mike, I know you the sneaker guy, the sneaker head. We're going to talk about sneakers in a minute, but that's one thing I said I had to have because Mike had that. You had that style. Hey, Mike, you had that swag. I don't know if you told your girls, about your swag that you had when you played, man. But you had that swag going all the way back then with the Adidas Top 10s, man. Talk to me about your sneaker game, man.
Yeah, I always wanted to look the part, right?
Yep.
But performance was important. So, the Jordan brand was a big thing, right?
Right.
The problem was I don't know if you had the first shoe, Russ, or anybody on the call had the first shoe.
The red and black ones? The red and blacks? Oh, yeah. Yep.
That was the worst performance. You made a cardboard.
It was, right? It was.
Yeah. Kill yourself. Kill yourself with that thing. But it was cool.
Yep. Yep.
It looked good.
It was.
And the threes. Threes were the big upgrade. That's when they figured out the technology and they used the different base and everything. It was a great shoe.
Yeah.
Great shoe. So I kept up with that over the years a bit, but then I stopped because I wasn't playing. But I'm telling you, I wish every sneaker I had bought, I just left in the box in the closet. I'd be making money.
I know, easily, right? With the Hey, Mike, you also told me we're gonna keep on the sneaker trend. You told me about you had a story about the the Jordan 12s, right? Did you have a story about that?
It was the 13s.
13s, pardon me. Okay.
And it was okay. So I was in Hong Kong, and I was hooping twice a week. One on Saturdays at the high school, and on I think it was Tuesday nights at the middle school with guys, right? It was great. All good guys. Not really great players, but it was just good to sweat. But anyway, so there's one guy, this 58-year-old Thai, he's too big, Jose. Hooks me up and finds me a pair of, they're fresh off the fucking rack. They just came out and gets me a pair of AJ13s.
Woo.
Right? And with the spads on, the gold spads. It's got the black front, the white, all white otherwise. And it's the coolest looking shoe. Okay, so I played with him a couple times, and then I got to go to the Philippines. I got to go to Guam on a business trip. And I got to go through the Philippines because there's no more direct flights during that time of year. So I go to the Philippines, right? Stay overnight, work there, get on a plane the next day with my shoes because I'm supposed to play in Guam.
Right.
They want to play because they know I can play. So I got my kit. I check my bag. I show up. I unpack. My shoes are gone.
Oh.
The baggage handlers stole my Air Jordans. They didn't steal anything else. They just took the Jordans.
They jacked the Jordans. Oh my God! In the Philippines. Right.
They left. Like I had some nice stuff in there, some nice clothes. They didn't care. They just wanted the Jordans.
They wanted the Jordans.
Swear to God. Then I had to go to Kmart and buy a pair of shoes to play that day.
Oh, so they jacked the all-time one of the guys Brown's history in steals with 10 and then one game they jacked them, huh?
Yeah, I did. I was so pissed. I love those shoes. They look so cool.
Yep.
And then they were out of stock. You couldn't get them.
I know. That's true. Yep. All right. We'll get back to more sneaker game in a minute. But so Mike, you went to Xavier. So Mike, you being from Queens, why didn't you go to a Malloy or McClancy, Christ the King? What made you go to Xavier?
All right, here's the story on that, Russ.
Okay.
I was way ahead of my time, and so were you, by the way, because you got into the transfer portal in high school.
I was lucky. Yep, I was lucky. Yep, with Power Memorial closing. Yeah.
But you had to. I went to Holy Cross my freshman year.
Oh, you did? I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, man. I called the boys at Cross. I was doing fine over there, but then I don't know, the crowd, the kids, the crowd wasn't right.
Right.
Gay. Like the classmates, some of the teachers.
Right.
The ball wasn't too. The ball was decent. The basketball was decent, and I was like, I don't know, man. So I remember I went to their summer camp, the America summer camp, and I was a rising sophomore. I was the co-MVP of the camp with Paul Lagucci. Paul Lagucci, really good shooter.
Right.
I was a co-MVP. The next week, transferred to Xavier. They were not happy.
Wow. Wow. Okay, so Xavier.
Yeah, I did it for academics.
Right.
I did it for I thought the hoop program and the coach and the people, the size of the school was definitely there were only 220 kids in the class.
Yep.
Nice size, us to get that education.
Yeah.
And then I got out here because the transfer rules were such that you had to sit out, right?
Yeah.
And I sat out, and that actually worked out pretty good for me because I broke my right arm and or my wrist. I can't remember my wrist. Yeah, my wrist. Anyway, so during the time off, I played left-handed on my own or wherever I could.
Right.
For 3 or 4 months. I played left-handed for 3 or 4 months on my own with a cast, and I became ambidextrous.
Wow. Look at that.
Yeah, man. Believe me, by the time, having that left-hand capability saved my ass in college so many times. You have no idea.
Man. Hey, so Mike, man, so your Xavier career, talk to me about your career. You know, how'd you play there? How were your teams?
Teams were okay. My senior year we were good. Senior year we made it to the quarterfinals of the city, and we were in the A League. We were like at Power, Talentine. Power was still rolling.
Yeah.
So Power, Talentine, All Hallows, Rice.
Yeah.
Right. St. Francis, Malloy, those teams there, and we lost. I think we lost in the quarterfinals, which was the farthest my team had ever gone.
Yeah.
I've lived one, and the reason we lost was because this motherfucker got his fingertip on my shot at the foul line at the buzzer, and it came up short. If he didn't touch that, it's in. I'm telling you.
Who was that against, Mike? Who was that against?
That was St. Francis Prep. Yeah,
oh man.
Man, shit. So I was pissed off, but look, while I was there, my school, we're so old. I think it started 1847.
Yeah, small school.
When
Yep.
I was a senior, we recorded our 1,000, for the school, and so we had a big party, get the big crowd, papers came. It was great. We had a good time, man. And the other thing, next year, Russ, on 16th Street, 56. If you get a chance to go down there, it's the best food on the planet, and it still smells wonderful.
Really? Wow, I never knew that.
Yeah, it is like a lot of teams, a lot of NBA teams, college teams that are coming in, they're playing in the garden.
Mm-hmm.
They fight over that gym.
Wow, the practice there, huh? Wow.
Yeah, practice. They fight over that gym because the floor is perfect.
Didn't know that. Stuyvesant Town, down there. Yeah, my former teammate, Marlon Miller, he was from Stuyvesant Town. Yup, in McClancy. Oh, man. Wow. Hey, so Mike, man, so I know you had a great career. And again, like I mentioned before, your senior year, man, all-city player. Damn. The Sean Marion Award winner for the top basketball, athlete, basketball player. Talk to me about those accolades, man, that you received, man. It's major.
Here's what happened for us in high school. I'll tell you the whole it's not a long story. Look, I thought I was getting pretty good, when I was a junior, and I was developing, and then I went to 5-star. And I played. My team was good.
Right.
I played first and third. You know what that?
Yep.
You know what that means, right?
Yep.
Okay. I played first and third.
First and third. You didn't play twos and fours, mate.
That's when I realized I got a lot of work to do. So I worked harder. But
Hey, Mike. Before you begin, too, Mike, I just want to explain it to the audience. So at 5-star legendary basketball camp, you play 4 quarters, and with the quote unquote, the best players are gonna play the second quarter and the fourth quarter games. And the least players, I guess, like Mike said he was, which I doubt highly, was the first quarters and the third quarters, those players. Doc, continue, Mike.
No, that's exactly right, Russ. That's exactly how it worked. And but my team was really good. Okay.
You remember the players? You remember the players on your team at all?
No, none of those guys, it's so weird. We were really good, but none of those guys ever went big, right?
Okay.
I can't believe it. So we were undefeated in the week. We kicked people's ass.
Wow.
Off the court. Okay, so we're undefeated. We win our first playoff game. The second game, we lose by 40. There's a guy on the other side named Lance Bias.
Oh my God, Lenny Bias.
Lance blocked every fucking shot. Like 18 times. Swear to God, he was a freak.
He was. Hey, Mike, was it one player that you pat in your game after when you played at high school or college?
Not really. I would say, no, okay. Not really. I'm trying to think now that you say it. Maybe I always wanted to be like somebody, I hope, but I was never that size. Somebody like Doug Collins, right? Scrappy.
Yeah.
Played defense, did all the stuff.
Yep.
All the dirty. Yeah. I was like that kind of guy, But I never got to be 6'6".
Right. Did you like, because in a way, with your style, because Mike, you had some bounce to you, you had some swag to you too, man. How did you like? You ever got any comparison like Pistol Pete? Pete Maravich a little bit?
When I was growing up, Pete was the guy. Like
Yeah.
he was the guy that like we used to practice drills that Pete would do, right?
Yeah.
To try to do, but he was a little spectacular.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Some of those was pretty hard, but yeah, no, he was an absolute idol. But the concept of me putting up, and averaging 44 points a game wasn't gonna happen.
Right.
Which is what he did in college. So
right.
So, but no, he was definitely one of the guys. You would try to emulate some of the moves he did.
Yep.
Kind of thing. Absolutely.
Yeah, Doug Collins was tough too. Yeah. Hey, so Mike, let's talk about the recruiting process for you. How was that? Were you recruited by a lot of schools? After attending 5-star and having a great year. Talk to me about the recruiting process at high school.
Yeah. You know what? It got busy for me. I did a couple of things. Won some awards. Showed up at some camps. Did some good stuff. So I started to get attention. Then I started to put up some points. And our team was pretty good.
Yep.
And I played against some serious competition. Not in high school, but in these other leagues, whether it's summer. I played against Pearl a couple times. Did okay. Held my own. So I started getting some letters from bigger schools like North Carolina and these places. And I knew St. John's. I'm like, I don't want to be the white guy on the bench there.
You want to play, right, Mike?
I want to play. So.
And you could play, so I can see that, man.
And the focus for me was like the Ivy Leagues, and then some of the other colonial type schools, and then William and Mary. I almost went to William and Mary, and I liked that campus. That was pretty cool. The Tribe,
right?
They had a nice setup down there. So those were the kind of schools, and all the Ivies recruited me except for Princeton, because Pete and I never got along. I never. And Cornell, but I got into every other Ivy except so I got into 5 out of 6. And Dartmouth rejected me. And it's funny because I was going to go to Dartmouth and they rejected me.
Wow, why did they reject you? They tell you?
They said I flunked the interview. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, man.
Come on.
And then they called me. So I get this is a good story. So I get a note in the mail. Right. That says from Dartmouth. That says, thanks for trying. Rejection. Reject. Okay. I got in everywhere else, but I got in early everywhere else, no problem.
Right.
And I said, shit. So that day, the coach called me, and he said, there's been a mistake. And I said, mistake? What kind of mistake? He says, you just got to do another interview. Everything's fine. I said, dude, you're not going to tell me no twice.
Right.
I said, that's it. I'm out of here. So then, now my second choice was Brown, and I had already called the Brown coach and told him I wasn't coming.
Whoa.
He needed to take care of. So I still had the letter from Brown where I could just check the box, send it in, and I'm in.
Right.
So I put it in the mail. I didn't call the coach. I was too embarrassed. I put it in the mail. And about a week later, against the Brown, the coach calls me. He says, what's going on? I go, I'm coming to Brown, coach. And I'm going to work my ass off for you.
Right.
I'm embarrassed. He says, no, it's great. It's pretty great. He said, dude, I am so embarrassed. And he was like, no, you don't understand. I go, Mike, I'm going to be the hardest working player you have.
Yep.
Because I screwed up here. And then that was that. But I actually got rejected and then had to go to my second school, and I didn't even tell him I was coming because I was so embarrassed.
Wow, that is crazy. So, Mike, how was the transition from high school to college, man? How was that transition? Was it a tough one, easy one?
Socially wasn't too bad. Academically, Russ, it was a bitch. I mean, I was a top 10 kid at Xavier academically.
Right.
I was a bottom 10 kid at Brown. Those fucking people, they don't compete in sports. They compete in a class.
Yes.
That's the difference. And it was, believe me, I started off with some easier classes, and I still really, it took me a while to ramp up, but I got the hang of it. I got the grip of it. And then basketball-wise, my transition was really smooth because
nice.
I showed up, and shooting guard, rushing a distance back. Ira James is from the Bronx. I take his kick at school with him from both classes.
Man.
And then the other freshman guard they had rips his ankle up, and he's out for a month.
Wow.
So I walked in, and like job, and I never gave it up.
They gave you the keys right away, huh?
Yeah, I was like, well, if you're gonna give me minutes, I'm gonna use them. I'm gonna stay. I know,
man. Man.
I got lucky. That's it.
Mhm. Wow. So Mike, man, I talked about earlier how you have some records that still hold up to this day, which is cool, man. Let's talk about that Ivy League championship and you playing in the NCAA tournament. Talk to me about that, man. How was that? How was that feeling?
Yeah. Let me talk about that. But let me show you something first.
Okay.
I want to try to look at the screen. Hold on.
Uh,
I don't have to. Okay, because this is a different technology. Good luck.
okay.
Wait, can you see this basketball?
I can see it. Swing it over to the right a little bit more. A little bit more. Yep, I see it now. Yep, I saw it. Yep.
Oh, sorry. It's all wrong. See the number of points there? 1165.
1165. That's you. That's
1165. I just want to point out to you and the crowd that I'm so competitive, and I know you had 1140, so I got you at 12.
See, Mike. See, I knew it. So wow, man, that is cool.
So real quick, we had some pretty rough years my first 3 years because we didn't have much talent, and my first 2 years we didn't have any talent. So I had to shoot more, which I'm not really a great shooter.
Right. There you go. Look at that. Look at that name and look at it. Let me see the points again. Wait, you got assists too. Wait a second. Wow, look at that, Mike.
So I had to shoot more, earlier years, and then we got some more talent. So I had to shoot more my first 2 years, and we were like, in the league, we were like kind of 6'8". No, we were 5'9", 6'8". We really weren't going anywhere. And then this kid comes to school, Russ. This kid transfers in, a guy transfers in from the University of Florida named David Fisher. His father was Reverend Fisher, who ran Lutheran high school basketball program for many years when they had Reggie Carter and Wayne McCoy.
Whoa, okay, yes.
So the Rev was his dad, right? And David's a 6 foot, really fast, good defender, decent great ball player. But he was at Florida on scholarship because of his dad, and he wasn't working out, so he transferred to Brown, right? Comes to Brown, and he comes in and says, "What's wrong with you guys? You're not playing enough basketball because we're doing school and work and all those."
Yeah, a lot of stuff.
So this dude comes in preseason my senior year. He's got us down the fucking gym at 7 a.m. every morning, 3 times a week, 7 to 9.
Right.
3 times a week. In addition to everything else we did.
Yeah.
And sometimes only like 4 or 5 guys would show up. But what happened was we had this drill. We played 2-on-2 full court where you could only take 1 dribble, and then you had to pass with your teammate, right?
Right.
So we had a 6'10" guy who was pretty agile, but just never got into it. Never put his focus on basketball because he was an academic All-American.
Yeah.
The guy named Jim Turner from Long Island. Great guy and a good player, but just didn't. But now, as a senior, he decided to pay attention. Okay. So we played 1-on-1. We played for an hour and a half. 2-on-2 full court, 1 dribble max. He learned, this guy, 6'10", he learned that he could catch a pass in stride at half court, take 1 dribble and dunk it.
Wow.
He didn't know he could do that.
Right.
He didn't know that, right? And so suddenly, now this guy, our best guy, is 6'10", and he can move, and he can hit a 15-foot fadeaway jump shot. Now you think, guess what? If you're 6'10", and you can do that all day long, you can win the league.
Absolutely. Wow.
And that's what he did. And so that was sort of like the secret to the success.
Yeah.
Because people made the commitment. Everybody made the commitment to it. And then we had the success. And we won for the first time ever. And the best thing was, that was the first time in the history of Brown basketball that we had won an Ivy title. And 30-plus years later, they still haven't won again. Right?
Wow. So they haven't won since you've been there. Wow.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? So there's only 8 teams, Russ.
Right. Hey, so Mike, do you ever get together with your old teammates? You guys like pop bottles, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man, we get together. I probably go back, pre-COVID, I used to go back for at least 1 game a year.
Yeah.
82. In the neighborhood. Yeah, it was great. So look, it was a great experience.
Definitely.
Look, we don't dwell on it too much. We're just rooting for the next team to win.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. Hey, Mike, did you guys get championship rings?
Oh yeah.
Okay. You,
Mine's upstairs in the bathroom.
okay, I'm shocked you didn't show it here today. I'm shocked at that, Mike.
You want me to get it? I'll get
Nah, don't worry about that. I believe you now.
it. Russ, it's not like a Super Bowl ring with the diamond.
I know. You know, NCAA and especially Ivy League, there's a budget. They on a whole. Now I get that. I get it. Hey, but Mike, so you guys go to the NCAA tournament. Who'd you guys play in the tournament?
Yeah. Okay. So we go right, and we go, and we got a bad deal, right?
Bad draw.
So well, our record wasn't that good. I think we were like 18 and 10. We get a 14 seed somehow, and we end up being seeded in the East, and we have to play Syracuse at home.
Oh, that's when they had the home, yeah.
In the first round. So we have to play Syracuse, Ronnie Cycling, Pearl, Sherm Douglas, the whole crew. And Wendell was on the team.
Wendell Alexis, yes.
Yeah, Wendell was tough. Man.
Yeah. Yep.
Wendell was on the team. I mean, they beat us by like 50, but look, my guys, my coach dumped the bench early and let everybody play. And that was it. And I don't care. Nobody cares.
Yeah, and you got there, man. You got there. Yeah. And like I tell people all the time, Mike, I was fortunate, in my career at Manhattan College, Hall of Famer, 1,000-point scorer, 50 greatest players in school history. But I would trade all of that, Mike, to participate in the NCAA tournament. I would trade it all in.
Oh man. You know what? You're right on. I'll tell you, we had a great region. Guess who we had? We had Dave Robinson in Navy.
The Admiral. Wow.
We had Mouse McFadden in Cleveland State.
Ooh.
We had Bobby Knight. In our region. We had a good
Hey Mike, who you think who was the best player you ever played against?
Mike Adams.
Who?
Michael Adams.
From Boston College. Michael Adams with that ear shot. He used to shoot it from the ear. That guy.
Dude, look him up. I think he's still top 10 in three-pointers in the history of the NBA.
Yep.
He's one of those guys.
Yeah.
Look, he's the only guy. Russ, that I played against that, and I'm not kidding you. This is the truth.
Mm-hmm.
He went by me so fast, I wasn't sure which side he went by. Left or right. That guy was a freak. He didn't come up the court. He's like 5'9".
Yep.
He come up the court, roll the ball up around his chin, and then he blow you in, and all of a sudden he's gone.
Yep.
Where'd he go?
Yep. And that funny shot. He had that funny shot. He make it from the ear. It was like from the ear. Never seen anything like it before.
Yeah, Mike was something else. The other guy that doesn't get a lot of recognition because he got bounced. He never really caught on the NBA because at the time the NBA was playing tackle football in the Cardinals, right? A guy named David Rivers. Remember David?
Oh, David Rivers, St. Anthony's and Notre Dame. Yes.
That guy. Wow. I mean, he just never got a fair shake in the NBA because they were playing, Joe Dumars, right? They were playing Joe Dumars defense. He would just grab guys and push them around. And he wasn't that strong,
Yeah, he's a little guy. And I remember he got in that car accident when he was in Notre Dame, and he was able to come back and play. But David Rivers was the truth, man.
Yeah, Dave was something special, and nobody he doesn't get the attention because he didn't have a big NBA career.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But those guys, like I played against Kenny and Pearl and Mullins and all these guys, Alvin Pawnee, Jackson. And I'm just saying, like the guys that I looked at and said, wow, this guy's something special, man.
Yeah.
I can't guard that guy. I can guard a little bit Pearl and Kenny. I couldn't guard this guy.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and you had and Mike, you were a fast guy, talented guy. Yeah, so those guys had to be ultra fast, man. If you couldn't guard them, man.
I couldn't guard him. That's what I knew. I was like, it's gonna be a long night.
Hey, so Mike, after college, did you play professionally, right, for a number of years, correct?
No, I did. I played on a semi-pro kind of team.
Gotcha.
Because my grandfather came over from Lithuania, English, but he got some as he went along. But so I went with this team it was based out of Toronto, a bunch of Americans and Canadian, Lithuanian, first, second generation guys that were college basketball players or NBA guys. We went to the Soviet, and we would scrimmage. We train up there a little bit. We scrimmage the Canadian Olympic team, stuff like that, right?
Right.
And well, then we went on a trip for a month in 1989 when it was still the Cold War. The curtain was still up. It was wild. Our best guy was a guy named Leo Routins.
Leo Routins, yes. His son was a good player at Syracuse. He was a great player at Syracuse too. Yeah. Yep.
Right. Leo was like the number 7 pick in the Sixers in the draft.
Yep.
In like 1983 or 84, but he busted out because his knee went bad.
Yeah.
Leo was a great player for the States.
Wow.
Anyway,
okay.
So he trained with us. We're ready to go. We get to the airport in Toronto after we trained for a week before our trip. We show up at the airport. Leo doesn't show up. He decides he doesn't want to go.
Any reason why?
No, he just doesn't want to go. so now we're like our best players. We went over there. We had a good 4 weeks. We played 6 games. We played against their best teams. We were 4-2, and we played against Sabonis, Kurtzaitis, and what's his name? Marcellonis couldn't play. He was there. Marcellonis couldn't play because he was on the contract with Golden State at the time, and that was like we played against like 5 guys that were on the gold medal Soviet Olympic team the year before.
Wow, that's crazy.
And we only lost by 7.
Right, man, that is crazy, man. So you played in that semi team. Hey, Mike, talk to me about so out of college when we graduated from Brown, prestigious Ivy League school, and then now you're doing what you're doing in your career. How was that transition from being a student athlete to your given career? Because that's something, me, I pride myself as a transition coach. And before COVID was about to hit, my main deal was I'm trying to help those student athletes transition from being a student athlete in college to their chosen career. So how was that transition for you?
It was pretty smooth, only because I made the decision, to go get that passport, that degree, when I was 7. I made the decision to go to the best school I could get into, right? Because I knew that when I could, if I graduated, which I did.
There you go. That was without question, Mike. Come on, we know that was going to happen.
But I knew that was my ticket. That was my passport to the next thing, right?
Yeah.
To the next job or the next network of people. And that's the thing that's still legitimate about the idea, which is why so many parents and kids want to go there, is because the education's wonderful, the people you meet while you're there are great, the professors, the kids, but it's really the network of alumni and other relationships that are going to serve you well.
Definitely.
And that's what it works for me, is that's how I got started in my career, and I've been working for a long time, and I've had great experience. I've met great people. I've worked on great teams. I've managed great teams. And I got to travel all over the world and get paid. And make a good living. So for me, the transition was pretty smooth. I just signed up with a big company like AFG, and they had an organized training program with, so the first thing you do is you go to class for 6 weeks with kids that are all just out of college and are doing the same thing. So you make a peer group, right? You start, you start getting known, you start learning, and then you get to your real job and you start moving. And I'm telling you, it was, it was great. I got to admit, I had a great time doing. And I was fortunate, like I said, because of the connections. Like I had coming out of college, I had 5 job offers, and I wasn't even trying.
Right.
Because people used to come to campus and recruit us.
Yeah.
Not for basketball, for academics.
Academics, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I mean, it was the reverse of the recruiting in high school, right, when you came, because you had a good jump shot, right?
Right.
You had a 40-inch vertical leap.
Right.
No, they came because we're smart. They need smart people.
Yep. Man, hey, Mike, I got two more questions for you, man, and I'm so glad that you made it on the show today, man. It's just one of my thrills to have you on the show. Hey, if you had an opportunity to go back in time and change important outcomes in your life, would you do so? Would you go back and change it? Would you change anything, man?
When you say outcome, what do you mean? Like,
well, let's say, for example, like if you played at maybe like on a, I'm not knocking Xavier or anything like this, but let's say if you like, okay.
I got you. I'm good. Yeah. No, in fact, I'm really satisfied with my choices and the way things developed and the success in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I had a really positive experience in both high school and college.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for that, and I'm lucky because I got look. It takes a little bit of luck.
Yes.
Like I showed up at university, and those two guys went down when they were out, and that opened the door, man. Look, if those two guys weren't out, I don't know if that door ever opened.
Right. Yep.
So yeah, I'm happy with the outcome. I'm glad that we had success when I was a senior in college because that really kind of put the cherry on the cake. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I knew I was done, man. I was going to keep playing ball because recreationally and in some some program things.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
But I knew my career was over. I mean, for all intents and purposes, it was really over. I wasn't gonna go to the next level and play for money because it wasn't that good.
Right. Nah, you were good, Mike. You were good. But I got it. I got you. Hey, Mike, last question, man. I'll get you out of here with this one, man. You've had great accomplishments, playing ball, business, and everything like that. But what do you think is your biggest accomplishment thus far?
It's pretty simple. It's your kids, man. And
yeah.
The fact that they're happy, they're healthy, and they got I got two great girls. They're straight A students, right?
Wow, that's great.
Right? Okay. Let me put it in perspective. I got 1 A in 4 years at Brown, and I'm damn proud of that A. And when they get an A-,
right. So that biggest accomplishment are your kids.
Yeah, man. Of course. I mean, that's it. And they're, like I said, happy, healthy, successful. That's it, man.
Mm-hmm. Man. Well, Mike, my man, hey, it is always a pleasure talking to you. I mean, the last time we spoke was it was pre-COVID. We went to the St. John's Brown game. I haven't seen you in years. That was such a thrill with Rob Banner and our guy Van Macon. That was such a thrill. But it was always great seeing you, Mike, man. Again, man, you don't know how much you meant to me, Mike, growing up, man. There's the one guy, his sneaker game was impeccable. His game was even better than the sneaker game. You know what I mean? So, it was one of those things, man. It's such a thrill having you on, Mike, man. And, I didn't get a chance to, give you your flowers there back then, man. You great guy, man. Great, great ball player. More important, like a mentor to me, man. And I want to thank you for that, man. Get a chance to thank you on camera about that, man. No doubt about it.
Yeah, man. Hey, look, I appreciate you letting me tell some stories and reminisce, man. This is great. It brought back some memories, thinking about this stuff, and that's great. I have very fond memories. So thank you for that.
You're welcome, Mike. You're welcome, sir, man. Mike, man, I appreciate having you on, man. We're gonna get in contact again. Hopefully, when this pandemic passes by, I'm sure St. John's is gonna play Brown again. I'd like to see it there at St. John's, but and seeing Brown win. Brown's gonna win too. They're gonna beat St. John's. I'm putting it out there right now.
Hey, Russ, listen to me, and then whoever listens to this podcast, listen to me. This is it, man. Brown's gonna win the Ivy League this year. This is it. You heard it here first.
Wow.
They got some guys that can ball. Watch this.
All right. Brown, okay. Oh, we got exclusive on Transition Tuesdays. Man, from the Hall of Famer from my man Mike Waitkus. Hey, Mike, thanks again, brother. Always the best, sir.
All right, brother.
All right.
Thanks.
Take care. Oh, man. My guy, Mike Waitkus. Oh, man. Excellent. Excellent, man. Oh, my God. Mike, Magic Mike. We should call him Magic Mike. Mike Waitkus, man. Great guy. Glad having him come on, man. That was perfect. That was great. So, ladies and gentlemen, if we were able to help you or make you laugh, smile, or think during this broadcast, my good friends, you have accomplished something major today. So celebrate your victory. Celebrate your victory as I get my music pumping here live. Let's get my theme music going. Here we go. Let's see what we got. Hope it's not too loud. There we go. Yes. All righty. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching Transition Tuesdays. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I thank you so much for watching. And again, like I mentioned earlier, I always do, you know, we have a YouTube channel, Transition Tuesdays, in which I post past videos. In this video today, I'll post it as well. Head to Transition Tuesdays on YouTube. And when you're on the page and when you're on the channel, make sure you like and subscribe it before you leave. Okay, I would appreciate it if you do so. And also, you can follow me on Instagram or IG, as the young people say, at Russ Will Transitions. That's Russ Will Transitions with an S. You can follow me there. And major shout out to my guy, Mike Waitkus, my special guest, Mike Waitkus, for joining us, man. One of the best players, high school players, one of the best. He was the best high school player when he was a senior, all-city player here in New York City. Man, this guy was amazing, man. So that was excellent. That was perfect that he came on for us as well, man. And just make sure everybody understands this. Guests of Transition Tuesdays receive a candy gift pack. Compliments of Sweet Candy Cafe. Sweet Candy Cafe is located in downtown Lumberton, North Carolina, and it's the home of Southern sweetness. So after the show, make sure you head to sweetcandycafe.com and order all your confectionery goodies. Okay? So again, that's sweetcandycafe.com. Make sure you go there because we are, and you know, we indulge in small businesses. So make sure you frequent them. And also, the good folks at Nella Probiotics is inspiring a world where greatness is possible for everyone. So Nella Probiotics is a daily capsule of next-gen performance probiotics designed to propel you to your highest potential. So here's what I want you to do, guys. Another homework assignment. Go to NellaProbiotics.com. Type in the promo code TRANSITION15, okay, transition with a capital T, 15, and receive 15% off of your Nella Probiotics purchase, okay? Shop today because, as we all know, health is wealth, okay? So you guys got a homework assignment, a good homework assignment. It'll be good for you. Have your candy, your probiotics, okay? Make sure you do that. So, ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army, as I always say in party, happy transitioning, and we'll speak to you soon. Take care, everybody. God bless.